Good morning readers. I, Harish Budhu, warmly welcome you to my channel. Learn as much as possible from my handwritten articles. This October 11, 2020 opinion paper. Know the whole truth about the most booming and flourishing but hidden multi-billion drug business in Mauritius. Well, look at the rear-view mirror of 1985, when ministers made money. The Prime Minister lied, named, blamed and shamed others to hide and deviate attention. 1. Hello, friends. You will not believe it. It is very early Sunday morning, at the time of writing the first few lines of today's opinion paper. All the windows at the veranda are open, to let in the morning fresh, clean and cool air. It is soothing. It is inspiring. Anyway, welcome to today's opinion paper. And best wishes for a great Sunday and week. 2. Students' column. A. Listen, young friends. Have you ever thought why we care so much for you? Why we sacrifice ourselves for all our Facebook and YouTube friends? Why our administrators spend their own money to have the handwritten articles posted? Why we love you all so much and live for you of what remains of this short life? Why our page is respected and why our readers protected and keep the standard good? Why, up to now, over the course of the last 9+ years, nobody has dared to bring us before justice? Why we are not setting our body and the mind at rest, and that after a very difficult life of poverty and non-stop struggle to free ourselves? B. Well, think through. We will give the obvious answers tomorrow. En passant, only once a well-known crook had reported us to the cybercrime, but then ran away when police discovered his past criminal activities. We had highlighted 23 English expressions for our student friends on last Friday. 3. Look into the theatrical response of the 1985 Prime Minister, if you want to understand the present drug criminal activities. A word of caution to readers and YouTube listeners. We are writing from memory only, without consulting notes. However, rest assured that the facts or figures are all correct. And that after 35 years, because the pain and mental injury inflicted upon me by Rude Juggernaut can never be forgotten, even if forgiven. Think out. Compare and contrast. Judge for yourselves and draw your own conclusions. Easy and obvious. B. For the 1983 general election, I was the campaign manager. I had cemented the movement Social Militant, Labour Party Militant Social Democrat Alliance. I had voluntarily given up the post of Deputy Prime Minister and Minister. We won the elections, by a landslide. Rude Juggernaut was Prime Minister. Gaetan Duval was Deputy Prime Minister. Cirsi Woozagaramgulam was Governor-General. I was Government Chief Whip, because of security reasons. Some movement militant Mauritian criminals, with the help of their mercenary journalists, wanted revenge. C. As Governor Chief Whip, I was also the organizer for all the three parties. I was in charge of 1st May meetings, government celebrations, elections, working sessions, etc. Thus, I was in contact with all the main agents of the three parties. D. After the 1983 elections, I was left with some 1.6 million rupees. I gave some money to Georgie Kandhu to build his house. There were some 6 ladies working with Sheila Bapu, as organizers. I paid them some money. And I returned some 1.2 million rupees to Rude Juggernaut, in his office. He asked me to utilize half of the money to build my house at Belterre. I refused. Had I accepted his offer, for sure, he would have incriminated me, without pity or fear of God, in the 1986-1987 Morris Rule Drug Commission. Thank goodness, thank my lucky stars, it was my honesty which saved me. E. The Plain Verte region was under the sole responsibility of the Party Militant Social Democrat and the Labour Party. There were 2 main drug gangs. The agents came to my office to collect posters for public meetings. Lakshmi Prasad Ramswak, a minister, was working with one gang. Once, Sharan Punith, His colleague and Raj Mole informed me that Ramswak was making big money with drug business. I accompanied both to meet Anirudh Jugnauth in his office. He listened, but as expected, did nothing. Raj Mole was very law-abiding and a great social worker. Both Ramswak and Puneeth were convicted by the Drug Commission in 1987. Raj had helped me a lot. Soon after the arrest of 4 members of the Legislative Assembly in Amsterdam, in December 1985, I broke off relations with the Prime Minister. I held a press conference at my house, sometime in January 1986. I asked all the journalists present to switch off their tape recorders. I then named the 7 members of the Legislative Assembly involved in drug business. René Revere, the notorious journalist, had a second tape recorder in his pocket. He later gave it or sold it to Anirudh Jugnauth, the Prime Minister. Ramswak sued me for 5 million rupees for moral damages. The National Secret Service produced a transcript in court. Just imagine, and Anirudh Jugnauth, the Prime Minister, was Ramswak's witness, to testify that he was a man of honor. I was condemned to pay the latter 50,000 rupees. I never paid. Anirudh Jugnauth was often seen at the house of Ramswak. Guess why? Birds of a feather. The then Indian High Commissioner, Prem Singh, was at the center of many a business. All the 7 members of the Legislative Assembly who were in the drug business were his close friends. They were often seen at his house. Prem Singh was always lobbying some ministers for business contracts. I had reported him to the Prime Minister. The 4 members of the Legislative Assembly court in Amsterdam were on their second drug mission. I called Prem Singh to inform him of same. I informed the Prime Minister. He had confirmed it at the Drug Commission hearing. But both did nothing to stop the 4 traffickers here, in Mauritius. And the Commission did not rebuke the Prime Minister. It was politicized. Later Rault became the Prime Minister's Attorney General. Would you believe it? All said, it is not the first time I am writing on all the above facts. I had given hard and reliable evidence at the Commission. I have written many articles. I do not mind if a few Indians will take me to task for telling the truth, painful and dreadful, on Prem Singh, the then Indian High Commissioner. Anirudh Jugnauth refused to set up a commission of inquiry on drugs in 1986. He accused me of all the wrongs. I won the signatures of the majority of members of the Legislative Assembly, I think 37, for a commission. It was only then that it was appointed. Sir Maurice Rault, close to Gate and Duval, was chairman. Anirudh Jugnauth's cousin, Prem Bisesa and Sir Fraser Meeringdu's sister were the 2 other members. The movement militant Mauritian did not participate. Magistrates went to the Prime Minister's office to swear affidavits. To be continued. Keep reading, keep learning. Like and subscribe for more thrilling articles. Thank you for watching.